Yo, welcome back to Fourth and School. I'm Jordan coming to you live from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and today is one of my favorite episodes. We do every single year. We're going to build the Minnesota Vikings 53-man roster from scratch, position by position, and then because I love drama, we're doing the Bubble Watch, where we talk about the guys whose entire NFL careers are about to come down to one preseason drop or one special teams tackle. This is the fun part of the offseason. People, the locks are locked. Jefferson's not getting cut, relax. But there are legitimate fights happening on this roster, and right now at running back, tight end, corner, punter. Yes, punter. We're going to talk about the punter. Buckle up. Somebody's dream is ending in late August while somebody else gets the call of their life. Let's build this thing. All right. Let's knock the easy part first. Your quarterback room is going to consist of Kyler Murray, J.J. McCarthy, and Carson Wentz. All three make it. Nobody's cutting the quarterback room down to two when you've got this much question marks or energy around Kyler Murray's health. Max Brosmeyer, he's the odd man out, unfortunately. He makes the practice squad if he's lucky. Talking about running backs, you got Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. Those are the two locks. We've talked about that room already. Max Breedson, the rookie fullback, is basically a lock too, since he's the only true fullback on the roster, and Frank Smith just got hired as the assistant head coach. You don't hire a run game guy and then not roster a fullback. The running back 3 spot will be between Desmond Claiborne and Xavier Scott. But we'll get there. That's Bubble Watch material. Wide receiver room is going to consist of Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Jawan Jennings, all in, no debate. Ty Felton is a near lock too, not even necessarily because of what he does at the receiver yet, but because his special teams value is real, and a second-year receiver with his measurables don't get cut. At tight end, you have TJ Hawkinson and Josh Oliver are locked in as well. But the tight end 3 battle will be between Ben Yorsick and Gavin Bartholomew. Bartholomew barely practiced last year with a back injury. So Yorsick got the edge right now, but that's close enough to be a camp battle worth watching. Your offensive line, you're looking at Christian Darrisaw at left tackle, Donovan Jackson at left guard, Blake Bradel and Will Fries at right guards, and Brian O'Neill at right tackle. That's your starting 5, and it is dramatically improved from where this unit was a couple years ago. Behind them, you have Ryan Van DeMark, Michael Jurgens, and Joe Huber to round out a deep, functional room. On your defensive line, you have Jalen Redmond, Levi Drake Rodriguez, Tyrone Ingram Dawkins, Elijah Williams, Caleb Banks, and Dominique Orange. They give you legitimate depth up front. That is 6 bodies rotating on the interior, and that's before we even get to the edge rush players. Now, we did a whole episode on the crisis at edge. Dallas Turner and Andrew Van Ginkel are already locks and starters. But this room is one veteran free agent signing away from being scary. We've made our case for Leonard Floyd. Go listen to that episode if you haven't. Off your ball linebackers, you got Ivan Pace Jr., Eric Wilson are your locks in the middle, and with rookie Jake Godley bringing the real athletic upside as a developmental piece behind them. Your cornerback play will consist of Byron Murphy Jr., Isaiah Rodgers, James Pierre, and rookie Charles Deming. look like you're 4 right now, but Brian Flores has never needed a huge cornerback room to run his scheme. The defensive lives on disguises and pressures, not on roster 8 corners. Safeties are Josh Metellus, Theo Jackson, Jay Ward, and Tavarian Thomas are your locks. And then there's the Harrison Smith question mark hovering over literally everything. We just said if he comes back, this whole room math changes. We covered his situation in full on our last episode too. And then special teams, you have Will Reichert at kicker, Andrew DePola at long snapper, and those are as safe as it gets. Reichert's playing at an all-pro level. Punter is not settled, and we're getting to that. All right, this is the segment. This is why you clicked. The Bubble Watch is where careers get made and hearts get broken. And this year, Minnesota got unusually stacked bubble because the rosters overall got so much deeper this offseason. Let's go through it real quick. So you have Desmond Claiborne versus Xavier Scott at running back 3. Claiborne is a rookie, explosive bursts. Jones compared him to Jamar Gibbs. Scott had 46 touches in 2025, proven pass catching role. The wild card factor is Claiborne must prove special teams and pass pro. Our tight end 3 battle, you're looking at Ben Yorsick and Gavin Bartholomew. Yorsick, 100 plus snaps, 12 games played in 2025. Bartholomew missed nearly all of the rookie year due to his back injury. Bartholomew could instead battle for the fullback spot. So that wouldn't truly surprise me, so look out for that as well. Your cornerback 4 and 5 battle are going to be between Charles Demings, Dwight McLaughlin, and Zamari Zaban. Demings, rookie, draft pick, major development upside. McLaughlin, vet, familiarity of playmaking ability. And Vaughn is 6'3", frame turning heads at camp. Alright, punter battle. You're looking at Brett Thorson versus Johnny Hecker. Thorson was an undrafted free agent, Ray Guy Award winner, big leg. Heckler, 15th year, Hall of Fame resume. And the decider is going to be who's the better holder for Reichert. Backup center battle. You're looking at Michael Juergens and Gavin Gerhardt. Juergens has more off-season reps with the vets. Gerhardt, draft pick, developmental clock ticking. Stakes. Backup center is a real one snap away job. And then the wild card of all wild cards, Harrison Smith, return or retire. As of right now, the status is unsigned, undecided, or leaning one way. The impact changes the entire safety room math if he's back. The odds are roughly 50-50 per beat reports. So, breaking down the bubble watch. Let's start with running back because I think this is the juiciest one. Desmond Claiborne, they traded up for this kid. And Aaron Jones himself came out and compared his burst to Jamar Gibbs. That's not a throwaway comment from a vet. That's a cosign. But Xavier Scott already has NFL production. 46 touches last year, and he's a legitimate weapon catching the ball out of the backfield. This job is Claiborne's to lose, but it is not decided. And if he struggles in the pass protection even once in the preseason, Scott's phone starts ringing with good news. The punter battle might be my favorite storyline on the entire roster. And I say that as a grown man who has opinions about punters. Brett Thorson is an undrafted rookie out of Australia who won the Ray Guy Award, the best punter in all of college football. And he's going up against Johnny Hekker, a 15-year veteran who is a lock at Hall of Famer whenever he retires. But Hekker had arguably his worst season last year. And in the modern NFL, punter battles come down to one thing: who can hold for the kicker better? If Thorson proves he can hold for Will Reichard reliably, Minnesota is going to cut the Hall of Fame punter. And that is a while to say out loud. Then you've got the corner room, which is wide open behind the top three rookie. Rookie Charles Demings has the draft pedigree, but Dwight McLaughlin has been around, and Vaughn at 6'3" has been turning heads this offseason with his length. Brian Flores doesn't need a ton of corners to run his defense, so there might only be room for one or two of these guys. And then there's the one that towers over every other bubble battle on this list. And it's not even a battle between two players. It's Harrison Smith versus his own decision. If he comes back a rookie or a depth safety who thought they had a shot at really playing, that real playing time suddenly doesn't. That's the ripple effect of one 37-year-old's legend mind making up his mind. Running back 3, Claiborne, but it's close. Tight end 3, Yorsick. Cornerback 4-5, Demings, +1 of McLaughlin or Vaughn. Punter, Thorson pulls the upset. Backup center, too early to call. Watch camp reps, Harrison Smith. I think he comes back for one more run. My gut, not my brain. Surprise cuts. Here's where I get to be the villain for a second. If I'm wrong about Thorson beating out Heckler, that's a massive surprise cut in its own right. Releasing a future Hall of Fame punter would make headlines nationally, not just in Minnesota. That's not a nothing move. On the wide receiver side, keep an eye on Miles Price. He's stuck around because of his returnability, but this is a crowded receiver room now with Jennings and Felton both needing snaps. And undrafted rookie Dylan Bell has been getting real praise as a gadget player that this offense doesn't currently have. If Bell keeps flashing in camp, Miles Price's return specialist value might not be enough to save his spot. And don't sleep on the backup quarterback math either. If JJ McCarthy has a bad camp and Carson Wentz looks sharp, there's a scenario where Minnesota only keeps 2 quarterbacks and the decision gets ugly fast, given how much draft capital is tied up in McCarthy. I don't think it happens, but I said the words out loud, so you know I've considered it. All right, quick fantasy hit before we get out of here. Whoever wins the running back 3 job between Claiborne and Scott is a name worth stashing in a deeper league. Aaron Jones has never played a full 17-game season twice in 8 years. Remember, so running back 3 on the roster is closer to a handcuff for your handcuff situation than most teams' running back 3 spots. Ben Yurcik winning tight end 3 doesn't move fantasy needles much on its own, but if Hawkinson's knee is still an issue, tight end snap distribution and the offense becomes worth monitoring in season. And obviously, Harrison Smith's decision is the biggest domino for IDP format, specifically if he's back. He's a value pick at 37. If he's not, Josh Metellus and Theo Jackson are both see real snap bumps. And that's the 53 and the bubble. I'm Jordan. This is 4th and Skull. Training camp battles are the best part of the NFL calendar, and we're going to be all over it. Subscribe on whatever platform you are on, or wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on social media, and go argue with somebody about the punter situation. We'll see you next episode, and remember, always skull.